speak, and I truly understand. I wish we as a commission would act better and notify each other. In my role as chairman, I'm gonna put things on the agenda that are requested from any commissioner. I'm gonna put it on the agenda. That is my role as the chairman. Whether I support it or don't support it, it's not my role there. My role is to put on this agenda and bring it up to discussion. It is contingent on each and every one of us to communicate with each other. And we don't communicate with each other. So I'm hoping that as I move forward as chairman, that this goes on, because I don't have a problem communicating with anyone. And I communicate as best I can when I get information out. I try and get them out. I got the letter out to the commissioners before they came to the meeting, a copy of this letter that they would like me to sign. But in no means do I think that, well, I just think we have to communicate. We have to do better. So I think you as our constituents really need to chastise us. And me, I'd say, some people here might not hear from me sometimes. Hey, I ain't got a problem with you telling me that. Stop by my house. I don't have a problem with that. But what I'm saying is that this is something I want to change. And I'm not here for any political reasons. I'm here because this is my neighborhood. I was born in Ward 5. And I don't know if I'm going to be buried in my cemetery. Might have no room by the time I'm But, and I say to say that, and I raised my family here. I raised my family here through the drug things. So it's been a struggle. I raised my family here when the 5th district was on the tape. We were scared to come in this building, to have a meeting, a community meeting. So this is, to me, it's heavy. And so I know there's certain things that you guys experienced that I haven't experienced that I shouldn't have. I'm even learning to accept some of your complaints, even though I don't think it's a complaint because I've seen worse. But I can't go by, and I'm starting to move forward. I like our commissioners to move forward. We're contentious. We're contentious. We don't respect each other. We have individual egos that have to be stroked first. So, and I've been subject to lies, been accused of things I haven't done, and I have not. This is the first I ever said of it. I have had memos sent out on me saying I did this, I did that. I haven't done anything but come to the meetings and vote my conscience. And this procedure, no, it wasn't right that she didn't contact those two. It wasn't right. But we have to move forward. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna vote now, because if it's gonna end this communication thing, and Ms. Blacknell's gonna have a meeting with these two, that's what I would like to see. And I'm sorry, Ms. Coleman, I think that's why, no, we're ready to vote.
No, discussion. You promised us.
I did promise you, thank you.
And so I want to say this, I communicate with all the commissioners. There was this kind of cantankerous spirit that pervaded this commission before I joined it. That said, no one up here is advocating that the gate not be open. No one said that. And also, let me say that no one's disrespecting any of your comment up here. But what the broader point is this, that all the people or constituents within these single-member districts should be heard prior to us making a decision. While we respect your opinion, unfortunately, you all here today only represent a small fraction. So our broader point is not, oh, don't open the gate, but let us hear from our other constituents, your neighbors, prior to making a decision. So for you all that's saying it's politicized or done for political reasons, you're wrong about that. It's done for reasons where everyone participates in an orderly process. Simple as that.
Commissioner
Yes. Yes, the beauty of the 1973 Home Rule Act creating commissioners is to actually give voice to the citizens. Advisory neighborhood commissioners are the closest elected representatives of the district government to the citizens. This is a democracy, and this is about politics, the politics of being heard, the politics of inclusion. We cannot allow any well-intentioned group effort to foreclose on the rights of any citizen to be heard. So I'm thankful to hear the comments of the small group of people that are here today, and thank you for your comments. But just like you have a comment, other citizens in 5B03 and 5B05 deserve the opportunity to be heard. And I am very troubled about the process here, that my colleague, our colleague, would reach out or or confer with 7D and Ward 6 commissioners before engaging legally affected commissioners in 5D is inappropriate. I stand by that. Regardless of any overwhelming groundswell argument against that, I stand up for the right to have my constituents be heard. They have the right to be heard. We don't need Commissioner Blacknell to convene such a meeting. We need the opportunity to have that meeting before this commission endorses an action, though seemingly appropriate, without him having people heard. It's just inappropriate. It's just inappropriate. This is a democracy, not a dictatorship. So the voices of the citizens have a right, people have a right to be heard. And I'm going to continue, and I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that my constituents have an opportunity in a public forum to air their concerns. And after I hear those concerns, I think it would be appropriate for this commission to take action on opening the Arboretum, which, you know, we all agree sounds like a good idea. So this is a process issue, this is a democracy, so I'm standing up for the rights of my constituents.
Commissioner Shropshire.
2 points. So what is the timeline here? So does this have to happen now? Like, when are you all proposing to present this to the Arboretum, this letter? And also, what timeline are they on in terms of considering it? And then the second point is, would it be feasible for you all to coordinate a meeting where you announce it and everybody who are within within 5D is open to come? So if people don't show up, then they don't want their voices heard. If they show up, they do. And so each of us can say, hey, there's an announcement, there's gonna be a meeting taking place on this date at this location, and come and voice your concerns. And at which point you can take all the final comments and you can come back here and or you can go to your respective ANCs and we vote on it.
Sure. So I've personally had those meetings with my community. I've received overwhelming support for the idea, and that's why I started pushing the idea. I wanted to make sure that I had support of my community. I believe Commissioner Blacknell has done the same with her community. She's pulled her community and ensured that they're supportive. I'm not sure what anyone else has done. I know that this was on the agenda for the past 3 months now, and it keeps getting pushed back, and it seems to be different reasons every time. But yeah, I think it's great to meet as often as possible. But also I think at some point you just have to make a decision, you know. And if everybody agrees that it's a good idea and everybody is on board, then I think, you know, voting in favor is the next step on that one. That's kind of that's where I am. But you know, I don't think that there. But to answer the first part of your question, no, I don't think that there's any specific, you know, date crunch. They do have coming up some kind of report that they're organizing to try and like figure out the inner workings of the Arboretum. So the sooner the better, so that we get that in front of them and get the force and effect of possibly the mayor and Eleanor Holmes Norton and all that kind of thing, and trying to get that pressure. The sooner the better, especially since this has been delayed throughout the summer. You know, if we had it the earlier you get it, the better, the more momentum you can build on something along those lines. But no, there's no drop dead date certainly, but yeah, that's.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a question from the resident.
Yeah, sorry, Zach. The only concern I have, I think it's really important to do this democratic process has really been jarring for some of the ANC commissions. Like, the process has not been what everybody would like. That said, this issue is not a new issue, even though there's some new data and provoked it. The issue of reopening the Arboretum entrance has been on the table for years. The people of our district should have been consulted for the past several years about this. So it's not a new, although this letter is new, the idea of reopening the entrance is not new.
And even to,
There is overwhelming support,
right,
not by us, but there is a small group by the people over there.
We need to hear that, though. We need to hear it. Why is it so often?
Why not just circulate a petition, like get people to sign and you'll get.
Wait a minute, Commissioner Shropshire. I'm still going with the resident.
Sure, so I think I agree with what everyone has said.
Yes, first let me be clear, Commissioner Coomer, you don't have a voice in the affairs of ANC5D. Let me just put that on the record. Your concerns are with the citizens in 7D, and I would suggest that you relegate your concerns there. This issue it's not about moving forward quickly. This issue is about democracy, and again, the Commissioner 5D03, 5D05 are affected. They are closest to 5D04, which has a portion of the artery backing it. And I want the opportunity to talk to my constituents and hear their concerns. This commission shouldn't be taking any action before that happens, and to do so would be inappropriate, and it also makes a mockery of the democratic process.
So let's schedule a time to
Excuse
do
me,
that.
so Mr.
Chair,
Coma,
can
I know at this point,
Can I respond since I was directly addressed?
I'm in this list. I just want, I mean, you really came as a parent.
That's what I was
And
just gonna
that's-
say. I
and
did come
that's-
as a
and that's
parent,
when
and
you
I
came
have
as a
I have a
parent.
child within 5D.
That goes to school, just like any of us
The
from cross
letter doesn't
boundaries
say that.
as a parent.
It's not about the, okay.
Right. And yes, I would like to, actually, there's a motion and it's been seconded. I'm gonna ask for the vote. So, all those in favor of reopening the gate, please signify by saying aye. All those in favor of not reopening the gate, especially in time for the other affected ANCs that have meetings, signify by saying aye. It does not pass 3-2. And if with not passing, I'd like the commissioners of the affected unit to have a community meeting. Mr. Coma, I hope you can provide the school as that meeting place. Since the school is in 5D04 and large enough to have every single member, 5D03, this is my suggestion.
Sure.
Do it 5D03,
Why don't you talk to Mr. Coomer?
because I want to contact the school to have enough
It's in
room.
5D04.
5D03, 5D04, and 5D.
It's in 5D04.
I can talk,
Okay, it's close.
I can talk to Principal.
And get,
It ain't
and get a
no
meeting
problem.
scheduled.
Thank you.
And
It
get a
ain't,
meeting
it ain't no
scheduled.
problem.
Next, I don't see anybody for Councilman McDuffie's office or for the mayor. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right, but you guys, oh wait, no, we just did the thing, you added to the agenda, right?
Did what?
No, you're on the agenda.
Oh, yeah, no, I know you added the thing right before, but we just did that. My name is, excuse me, my name is Nolan Treadway, I am Councilmember McDuffie's Communications Director, and thank you for having us, and thank you for, giving us the time, Commissioners, I appreciate it.